Welcome to the Real Salty Podcast. Please join Stephanie and Caitlin as we dive into life in Florida, the good, the salty, and everything in between. We'll chat about real estate, family, sports, building a community, and all the unique things that make living in the Sunshine State so special. Plus, we'll bring on some amazing special guests to share their stories and expertise along the way. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to laugh, learn, and get a little salty with us.
Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Real Salty Podcast. We're so happy you're with us. We are only midway through November and I'm already feeling the holidays.
Yes, we are. And I'm really excited actually for the holidays this year. I was saying that the other day that I'm going to decorate the day after Thanksgiving, which is not like me. So, but I mean, holidays, but
well, you better
probably not so much for the NFL right now for you.
Oh my God, no, let's stay on the holidays for just a few more seconds. I was going to say, you got to jump on the bandwagon. Your sister and I are already set up. Like, come on, everyone's doing it.
My mom is too.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
so it only makes sense, really.
You know, last week I realized that the reel we wound up putting out, actually, I just was extremely aggressive, which apparently that's who I am as a person. And this video documentary that we're, on right now is just going to show the world. I guess, Caitlin, you are actually aggressive. Sorry. I had no idea I was that aggressive. I thought I was just passionate, but I'm excited too. And I'm starting to see, not only do we know all these events that have already been pre-planned out, but it's like, yes, you can go into the department stores and yes, you can go into Target and Walmart. But what's getting me excited is the external decorations on businesses.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. And it won't be long before this, Madeira Beach puts up its beautiful light post flaggings all the way down the city. And so it's getting there. It's getting there.
It's really getting there.
Now we can get down and sad.
I know. Well, your team didn't do so well.
It's over. Chiefs are over. Next. My fandom is not over. It's just
I think that my son said as long as they make it to the playoffs, they're going to be fine. So they'll be fine. I know the Bucks actually fought all the way. The score doesn't reflect that because that was a turnover at last minute, but they did fight all the way through it. And, it is what it is. And then the Bears won the field goal. Very similar to, I think, what happened to the Chiefs, actually. Very similar, but the magical piece of my earpiece just falling out, but the magical piece of the Bears is like, wait, what? You're first in the division? You've got to be freaking kidding me. Like, what is going on?
Well, you're the one that told me that apparently, good people, it's already written in stone. The Simpsons have called it. Okay.
The Simpsons called it, apparently. I don't remember who told me that. 2026, they said the Bears would win and the Patriots are doing well. So I'm like, what would happen if it was like a repeat of the Super Bowl shuffle? I mean, I literally think Chicago would lose its mind.
I'm not usually in the business of rooting for anything having to do with Chicago, including your pizza, but let's go Bears.
Yeah, that is a whole other podcast because that might have just broken us up.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I will eat your deep dish pie lie of a pizza, but I'm a St. Louis girl. So
I drink your beer.
That's cool. It's cool. I mean, most people do. And now now they will readily admit it again because there was a while there that no one would claim to drink our beer, but you're back. Ha.
That's right.
But you know what? I'm not a fair weather fan. And the last thing I'll say about this is that I really just don't think there's any chance for us, even wild card wise.
There's no path at this point.
There's only one team so we're 5-5. 5-5. Right. The Chargers are, I think it's, God, what is it? I even had it up. I was like, there's no chance. Like icicle
8-2 or not.
No,
7-2, 8-2.
Here we go. It's taking its sweet time. Here we go. So the, where are you? NFC. I need AFC. There you are. Sorry, I'm so behind here. My little computer.
While you're
7-4 Chargers and 9-2 Broncos.
9-2 Broncos. So I knew there was a couple teams that were 9-2.
Just completely fall apart, and we figure some things out. There's no chance we can even get a wild card opportunity.
This is where my brain works, as I've just admitted it over the last couple of episodes, and this is going back to our docu-series, right?
What are you
I
learning?
woke up this morning and was thinking,
It's just football.
gosh,
No, I was kidding.
well, yeah, I mean, I should have been saying that to myself, but I wasn't. But I woke up this morning thinking, Taylor Swift must have just thought it was so easy to win the Super Bowl when she just started dating Kelsey, right? Because she literally started dating him and then they won. And she must have been like, this is so fun. And then now she has seen him go through not only last year where they would win at the very last minute, but now this year where they're 500. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a little bit harder than I thought. I mean, this is someone that
Like, why is
openly
she so
admits that
cranky around the house now?
yeah, she openly admits that she's not a sports person. She doesn't even consider herself an athlete, which one would argue that if you're
Oh,
on the stage for 3.5 to 4
yeah.
hours, how are you not an athlete? But nonetheless, I woke up thinking, like, she must really have thought, well, this is so fun that you were able to win the Super Bowl. And now she's like, whoa, if I had
Okay.
only known then what I know now.
Right?
But
Well, I
anyway,
love that. And I love that you woke up today thinking, Taylor's probably thinking right now. Because God knows she wakes up thinking about you.
she
So
does. She
we know she,
does.
I mean, we have it on good authority that she does.
Right.
So I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure she watches us too. But
Yes.
it's so funny to me because I try to wake up. Like, it's so funny because Trent and I both are like, it's just football. We can't let it affect our
Yeah.
lives, like all the things. And I will say there's some dire harder fans maybe that where their disgust and just sadness
Their
and
mood
anger
is determined
longer
literally by the game.
more, but it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I kept myself together throughout the day unless somebody brought it up and then I was like so it's like
Mhm.
the visceral reaction basically like I don't want to talk about it, but
Yes.
it just it is what it is. But you say that about Taylor, but think about Patrick. Okay, so he even admitted, like, the first few years that he was in the league, he was just like, "Yeah, it's kind of a shocker, like, not
Yes.
to let alone go to it, but then win it." Like, it was just
Yeah.
kinda like, "Oh, yeah, this doesn't happen all the time." Because
No,
you think
right.
about a baby deer player like him that got signed, and then he got to sit under Alex Smith for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then, pretty quickly,
Yes.
actually, they said it I think that originally they were like, "It's a 2-year plan," and then after the first year, they're like, "Yeah, thank you for your service, Alex." Plus, Alex got ungodly hurt, right? He destroyed like his hip and
Right.
leg and
Yeah.
career
That was
ending injury, unfortunately. But it
put
was
me
just
in,
kind of,
coach.
yeah. So it was one of those things where it's like, now we have our new Wonder Boy, but
Mhm.
I have to think that he probably thought the same. Now, having a parent coming from a professional sports background, though, I'm
Yeah.
sure he was privy to that in his own household growing up, that it's not always just like in real estate. Feast or
Mhm.
famine, baby, right?
Mhm. That's right. That's
It's a
right.
W or it's an L.
Yeah.
A
No, that's
glow
right. Well, I think
or not.
Alex Rodriguez was on the Today Show a couple weeks ago, and he knew obviously
Yeah.
Patrick's father. And
Oh,
so when he met Patrick as a younger boy, like I guess he had said to him, like, what advice can you give me? And he was like, don't go into the NFL, go into the MLB because the NFL is capped salary wise, where MLB is not. So, but he acts with such grace. I mean, even after the game yesterday, he was immediately just chatting it up with all of the Bronco fans or the Bronco players, and he just acts with grace too. So at least he's
usually a
losing
class
with grace.
he's
Yeah.
usually a class act, and it's uh, I don't know. There's a couple of those Broncos players, they didn't deserve a handshake, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. That's right. We move on. There's
We
other things.
were playing dirty. So the one thing I will say is that I am still hoping for your Bucks. Okay, I know
Yeah,
you
I
guys.
mean, I think if we have like 3 major players out, if not 4 right now. I mean, if we can get Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and even Bucky Irving back, like I just think it changes everything. I know he's so good too. But it's given some of the other players to really, rise and shine.
Step
So
up.
that's good
Yeah.
too. So,
Well,
but
good. Well,
well,
I'm a Bucks fan now, and good news is
ah,
I look good in red.
you do look good in red. You do look good in red, and I think red looks good on you. And where you live, you may as
That's
well
right.
root.
That's what your dad says.
Yeah, that's what
So
he says. Where you roam, you root.
There you go.
So that's right. I
Technically, I
get
can do
it.
both NFC, AFC, but at this point, you know what, Chiefs?
I do the
Call me,
same thing.
call me, because
I root
I
for
don't know
the
if I
Bears too.
yeah. You know, I will root for the Bears. I
Yeah,
will.
how do you not? Just a cool,
I
cool
don't know, like I
story.
said, there's something in my blood where it's like
Yeah,
anything
I get it.
Chicago, my body just wants to just get it
Yeah.
out. But I'll do it. I'll do it for you, and I'll do it for
Thank you.
and I'll do it for Bambi's boyfriend Kelly. Go Bears.
Nice. Go Bears. Exactly. Exactly. So, well, to shift off to word on the beach, as we like to talk about it,
Oh yeah, we found out some.
yeah, so I watched the commissioners meeting last week. So I
Awesome.
had attended, you and I had attended the workshop piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listened to the rest of the commissioners meeting, and I thought it was fair to note because I was super intrigued by this. So the Snack Shack, which is a staple in Madeira Beach, right? That's located pretty much at the corner, right across from Madeira Way and
It's in
Gulf
Archibald Park,
Boulevard. Yeah,
and
Archibald Park.
I would say it's the bigger city park that's located in downtown Madeira.
Yes,
So,
yes, and
yeah,
it's a not only from a kind of a landscaping standpoint, but it's just been a huge deal for Madeira for a very long time. So I learned some history about it. I did not realize that it was built in 1934.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
1934 it was actually a vet's hospital.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Did not know
Okay, so
that.
that was, like, during the tenor when they were using the Don Cesar,
Mhm.
right, for an army
Yes,
hospital?
that's
Okay.
right. That's right. And then in 1975, roughly, it changed over to a restaurant, and it's been a restaurant ever since then. So, flash
Wow.
forward to 2025 when the city is still trying to put things together one by one here. And so, obviously, even though it is a ownership of the city, they still have to go by the FEMA rule of 50%. So here they have this 50% rule that they have to be able to put back the snack shack to a form that would be coded at this point and not spend the 50%. But the interesting piece of it is that it's not building, like they don't just put it back together and it becomes like what's called like a white space. They have to actually put it back. Like if you were to see a retail store, like strip mall open up, all of them would be white spaces.
Oh,
And then
yes.
it would be
Okay,
up to the
sorry. Yeah,
retailer.
yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. It would be up to the
Interior
retailer
walls,
to
little
build it
breakdowns.
out.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it would be up to the retailer to build it out. Well, in this situation, it has to be put back as a restaurant. So that means the 50% has to encompass all of the restaurant equipment.
Oh my god, how
Yeah.
easily, as a restaurant owner, can you spend
I
$100,000
mean,
on
easily.
equipment? On equipment.
Equipment alone. So
Oh
they
my
did
god.
this. I know. I mean, it's just
Well,
almost
guess what? It just became a raw bar that's like salads, veggies, and cold cuts. That's all we got,
I'm
you
gonna
know?
shuck these oysters for you because we ain't cooking them.
It's a BYOF, Susan. Bring your own fucking food. No, I was kidding.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
Sorry.
but
I
that's
didn't know
the
that.
issue. So neither
Yeah.
did I. So I found it, and it was such a delicate topic, not only for the two people that work in not only community development, but also the maintenance piece of it, as they're trying to present this to the commissioners, and they're telling them, kind of what the reality of it is. They've gotten their 3 or 4 bids. They've gone through all of the legwork that all of the rest of the community has, as if they're rebuilding.
Right.
And what their concern was is, I guess, a couple of them went over and were digging some holes into the subfloor, and there's some obvious massive concerns about what's really underneath that, besides like termite infestation, all of those different things that are going to come out of it. And so they went back and forth, like, how are we going to handle this? Because they knew the community of Madeira Beach would just be so upset if they just decided that we have no choice but to tear it down,
But to
right? So
demo it, yeah.
they have pretty much, although I did hear last Thursday night that there might be another option to move forward, but ultimately what they decided to do as of right now is that they're going to reach back out to the contractors that they had bids come in and
Mhm.
ask them to just give them a bid for the floor, and they're going to spend the money, which they think will probably be around 50 grand, just to see what's going on underneath the floor, to see what happens. And then from there,
Now,
yeah.
question, real quick, does that exploratory cost regarding the structural, does that count? Does that
Mhm.
count towards
Yes.
their 50%?
Yes.
Because, I thought about
Yes.
it was important to mention that before we move on. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
because a lot of people,
No.
as a lot of us didn't realize, when you're having your house like Serve Pro, okay? Think about a regular single family home. A lot of people didn't realize when they hired these remediation companies to come in that the amount that they spent for them to demo out and mold remediate and all the stuff for their house, that amount counts towards
Counts towards
their
it.
50% amount
It
of putting
does.
her back together.
It does. Yep, demo is part of it. So
Well, do
yeah,
we
so
have
even the
any
exploratory even counts for it. Yeah. So what they ultimately what they decide is that they they thought it was worth it.
Okay.
And then from there they're going to make a decision. But one of the routes that they're considering is making this parcel and the building on it a historic
Okay.
building. So they would just have to then apply to the state saying that this is a historic building for X, Y, and Z reasons. And there'll be some complications with that, but at the very least they might be able to return it back to
Now, see, my
a
question
different
is,
value.
since it wasn't on the National Historical Registry before the storm, you're right. I mean, to me, not knowing nothing about nothing, I would think that if it would have been already existing on it, it would be different. But now we're asking for it to be considered as such and help us put it back together. And then
Yeah.
we're going to keep it that way forever.
Yeah, well, I think that I mean, well, two things is that they had done enough exploration that they thought that that was going to be a good go, that they would be able to be successful with that. There's a time frame that obviously they can't do construction until they get through the 9 to 12 months worth of getting approved to be in the historic area. And then the third thing would be is that they will be required to use certain material that would be existing of what would look like historic, yeah, material. So that will be another complication, but at least it's a path forward.
At least it's a path forward and it's not just I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not what I've been saying
Or
for our
no,
CBS
even or
state.
no, they even worse, just there's no way to save it, just tear it down. I
Just
mean,
tear it
once
down.
it's torn down, it's gone.
It's
It's
gone
just gone
forever.
forever. It's just gone. And I'm not even saying that that isn't what might end up happening, but at the very least, I was really proud. I mean, I was
That we're gonna
watching these.
exhaust all efforts
Yeah.
before we have to come to that end all be all decision. So,
And I'm watching the two Madeira Beach representatives discuss it with the commissioners and the rest of them that are on the panel. And you can just see them. I mean, because they have to vote, right? You have to make a vote, and
mhm,
that goes on record, and you could see them all just
shifting.
squirming because how do you even just give up? I mean, and I know that, there's the other piece that it's like, things happen. Like, this is part of it. This is what's going to happen. But I just thought it was really awesome that they went ahead and they said, let's go ahead and go through this exploratory piece and then we'll reconvene and see what the next path forward is.
People couldn't find anything to complain about, but I think
Yes.
that they did the right thing, not only for their conscience, but for the city. Let's
Mm-hmm.
exhaust those efforts before we turn our page on history. And I will
Mm-hmm.
say this, I mean, obviously the proximity to that structure was much closer to the ocean than the one I'm thinking about. And like you said, it was 1930, what was it?
4.
Okay. So I just had
I
a listing
think
at
34. Yeah,
I
because
just
91. Yeah, 91 years, they said.
Well, I just had a listing that just sold here in Madera, and it was a 1940 Pecky Cypress log cabin. And I know that at least the exterior of the snack shack had a log cabin look. And I wonder if some of the similar material used from that time period was Pecky cypress. It was
Mm-hmm.
cypress, and it's a natural moisture wicking, but given that structure, Archibald, a snack shack, it just got, I mean, it was like, hello, ocean. I'm the first one you're going to hit, kind of
Yeah, I
thing.
mean,
It's
I'm
right
actually even
there.
surprising it
So
even still has the 4 walls that it
I'm
does.
actually surprised it's still standing myself.
Yeah, I think it's standing, but, yeah, I think it's amazing that they decided to do that, so I thought that was really important, not
It
only
is
like, I
very
mean, I was
important.
emotionally
Thank
very
you.
invested
Thank you for
watching it because
telling
I
me.
thought it was interesting, and then,
Yeah.
just to I saw some loose conversation, loose being an opportune word, on social media about it. And I just want to make sure that I'm delivering the facts that none
Yes.
of those people that work for the city want this to be gone. And
No.
none of them want to take the easy route. And there are plenty of very good examples in our city where the easy route was taken immediately after the hurricane, and this is one of them that is not, and it's near and dear, and all those things included. So,
No,
so
I think
that's
it is
exciting.
important to set the gossip galleys straight occasionally on
Exactly.
Facebook because unfortunately one person can get a whole lot of people really riled up and fired up and sad about something that isn't real life.
Nope,
And
that's
then
not. Yeah,
that isn't helpful to our city government or us locals that are
we're
being like,
working
no,
as a community to solve these
correct.
things,
So all I can say is do your own due diligence and go to these
as
lovely
always.
meetings. Check out the meeting notes. Go to the city website. Ask for a copy of the commission notes if you want to look at them.
Yeah, watch it on
Do
YouTube. Yep,
do
it's at the
your own
very
due
end of the meeting.
diligence.
It's
Yeah.
literally the last thing that was discussed in the meeting, almost the last thing that was discussed in the meeting. So just fast forward the meeting, and
Well,
you'll
that could
see
be
the
why they were
entire thing.
shifting too. Maybe they had to pee. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
maybe. It wasn't as long as the last one, so they were pretty good.
Oh, God bless them, man.
I
That was
know.
one of the topics that was brought up at that workshop that we talked about was
Yes.
an earlier start time. And I will say I did find it a little funny when they were like to the city attorney, tell us about the other cities that you help. Like, and then he goes, first of all, your guys' agenda is crazy.
Yes.
Like,
And he delivers it as dry as I do.
oh my
He
God,
was
it
like,
is. You guys
"It's
are a
nuts.
pair.
It's
Well, you
nuts."
are a pair. I could actually, you were like, thank you for joining us during the legal hour. We are going to shoot you straight. So listen up. Right. Okay.
Oh,
Well, as always, I'm really glad that you let us know that I found out one piece of information this weekend about another place, another historical staple here in Johns Pass, Madera Beach, the VFW. So the VFW
oh,
launched.
right in
Yep,
John's Pass. Yep.
that's right. That's located in Johns Pass Village. This is forgive me, I don't have the post number readily available, but it's a place that obviously has been around for a number of years, numerous generations, decades, if you will. And so it's been there, I believe, since the early 50s. Do not come for me on that.
Okay.
But it's been one of those staple structures kind of similar to Archibald, even though it's not city owned, it's a
Right.
VFW post that it has not bounced back. It has not been reopened. We haven't seen a lot of action going on there. There's been a lot of questions of what's going on. I noticed on some of the Facebook groups, with tourists and locals alike, like, hey, we're coming down. And some, somebody didn't scroll back 3 months before to check and see the last post about the VFW. So then somebody jumps down this woman's throat about asking again. And it's like, oh God, people, come on.
Exactly.
So, but I will say, Fox 13, Tampa Bay, actually came
Yep.
out and did a story. Looks like they interviewed the commander, Mr. Kane, and it sounds like they are very close. However, we have fallen short. They are looking to still raise $200,000
Monetarily. Okay.
more monetarily to be able to continue and to hit their goal of possibly being able to reopen as early as mid-January.
Wow.
Now, I will have to look into a little bit more, but again, Fox 13, Tampa Bay, VFW, Madera
Yeah,
Beach.
I'm
I'm
gonna
sure if
have
you
to look
plug
into
that
that
in,
too. That's
we could
interesting.
find out where it is that we would be able to make sure that any monies or monetary donations that we want to make. I know at one time there was a GoFundMe that was set up. However, given that GoFundMe does take a certain percentage of the donations for the cause, before going directly to the people,
Yeah.
yes, it's the best way to get it out to the masses. But if you're interested in finding out how you can locally donate, I would highly recommend tuning into Fox 13 Tampa Bay, checking out the VFW and Madera Beach story and finding out. I'm sure that they have multiple ways in which you are able to directly donate. And if ever in doubt, ask your local vet how to get money to
Yes.
VFWs.
Well, they
Yeah.
do have a Facebook book that you could join. It's post
Good.
4256. And
Very cool.
even more encouraging is that it looks like they're posting regularly some updates. So I'm going to
Yes,
definitely have to join that group because
you will.
um,
because it was
Yeah,
radio
they're doing a
silence for a
really good
number of
job.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've got some good posts up. So, VFW 4256 in Madeira Beach, and I bet you there's got to be some links in here as to how you can donate. I'll have
I've
to do
actually
that.
seen one of my favorite volunteers on and off through since they've been closed, and I actually saw my favorite bartender. Shout out to Dan. He was at the seafood festival.
Nice.
There's
Very nice.
we're around. We're just all waiting. We're waiting to come back.
Very,
Some, I
very
was gonna say,
nice.
Caitlin's got to gamble somewhere, and right now the
That's
Legion is
right.
having to do it.
That's right. Oh, it looks like he's actually saying the GoFundMe.
There
So we'll have to
is,
see
yeah,
where it is. But yeah, that's actually really important to note too. So, well, that's exciting. I mean, I know that we have a lot that's coming up. It's too
we
bad
do.
we couldn't tie it all in, but we have kind of a break next week. I feel like, I mean,
Well,
Thanksgiving.
we got enough this week.
Yeah, we do. We've got a lot going on this week. Another commissioner
Oh,
meeting about the jetty, as it'll be workshop number 2 about what to do, reinvent the John's Pass jetty, that is just west of where Hubbard's and the bridge is. So I know that's
yeah.
a big topic of conversation.
And actually, if you missed the last town hall meeting, which was this past Saturday on November 15th, they're going to hold a secondary town hall meeting to talk about the $18 million property that was purchased and what the residents would like to have
Yeah,
seen on it. That is going to be tomorrow from 6 to 8 at the City Hall here in Madeira Beach. But then actually the
on
next,
Wednesday. Yep.
a Wednesday, excuse me, Wednesday
Yes.
the 19th, the next day is the conversations with the mayor. So yet again, another impromptu, actually at the Bamboo Beach Bar.
Yes. 12
um,
p.m.
12 p.m. And this is one of our favorite local events to attend. It's very informal, and I learned a lot of
Super
information.
informal, and it's really
Yeah,
informational.
it really is, and it gives you a chance to talk to your local residents and neighbors and business owners, and it just, I feel like there's been a resurgence that everyone now wants
Yeah.
to help and know what's going on.
Yeah,
So
and I think it shows the sincerity of the town when we
a
do
lot of
something
people,
like this,
a lot,
is that it can be very political, of course, and then it can also be everything is on the record when, you usually hear everything at the
the
commission's
yeah,
meeting. And so I this and not that people are just loosey goosey, but it's a laid back environment that people can chat about anything that they want to. She has been Mayor Brooks has been really good about
hmm,
trying to make it very specific, because I do think you do have to be careful that it just doesn't get out of control. And
you
you
do.
could talk about everything under the sun. But and anytime someone tries to talk about something else, she reels them back and says, let's focus on this. Otherwise, it's going to be a 4 hour call
Usually
or
like a
4 hour.
why did you make me paint my mailbox back in 2024? And we're
Yes.
moving on. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. And let's pull it back to what would you like to see? Yeah. So,
I'm
but
not
that
paying
is
my
this week.
mowing liens, woman. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
right. That's right. And then exactly.
Oh God.
Exactly. But
But after, I was
then
gonna
we
say,
have a
after the
big
conversation
week.
with the mayor, we have a big week. We have, sorry, I feel like I have to take my glasses out for this. We have a big week.
Yeah.
Well, Thanksgiving we have to do first, right?
Yes. Yes. Next week will be a little bit of everyone just take a break,
Keep
get
it
everything
together.
organized,
Keep it
and
together.
then the
Right?
following week is there's a
Kickoff.
lot
Right?
jammed. There's just a lot jammed.
I know the good people. I'm not going to make them look at this, but I just want them to look that like all of this is that week.
Yes. The 5th and 6th.
The 5th and 6th. So actually, good people, get ready to party because Friday, December 5th, is going to be another John's Pass Village Friday. It is the 80s Ski Lodge theme
Yeah, that's
party.
cool.
And that is going to be a bar crawl through the pass. There's going to be different stations that are set up to donate for Santa's Angels. So bring a new and unwrapped toy. Most of the bars that are going to be participating will have some type of holiday season drink special for us adults to enjoy. And then actually the very next day, Saturday, don't go too hard on Friday because Saturday
Saturday's
is
big too.
a marathon. We're going to
Hmm.
start with a shout out to the Madeira Beach Trash Pirates cleanup that'll happen that Saturday at 8 a.m. Two locations, Archibald and Johns Pass, if you want to volunteer. And then we're going to watch some flamingos float their way
Yes.
down through Johns Pass for a good cause. There is going to be the second annual flamingo float, which actually is it's going to be amazing because they're going to drop hundreds of flamingos into John's Pass, and it basically is going to be a duck race, right? and whoever wins has a chance to win a brand new Jeep Wrangler. And all the money that's raised actually is going to go to a Make-A-Wish Foundation. So there will be a child there that will be giving his
receiving
wish.
it. Yep.
Correct. On site in Johns Pass. So double check more information on flamingofloat.org. That is going to be Saturday. And then actually that very night, there is the Johns Pass Village Christmas tree lighting, which also coincides with the Jingle Bell Kids Fishing Seawall Tournament. Do you
That's
guys
a mouthful.
participate? Do you guys participate in the fishing tournament with the children? No.
No,
Well,
my kids are too old.
Well, I meant as a business.
Oh, no, because a lot of times they do some of that stuff that's at night.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But don't get me wrong, when we are there, or they're just, that's kind of the wrong age group for us. But we do see them walking back and forth, and it's adorable. It is adorable.
Good.
But a lot of the times when some of that stuff is at night, it's hard for us to commit to it. We don't have the infrastructure to be lit up like that. For us too, but
if you
so
are
we just participate from a volunteer or participant from let's go down there and hang out. Yeah.
Right. So the Jingle Bell Kids Fishing Seawall Tournament, if you would like more information about where this is and what kind of kiddos are going to be participating in the fun activities on December 6th, more information at anglerarmory.com.
Yep.
And then, of course, stay around for
Super
6
cool.
to 8 p.m. 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to light up that Christmas tree right there at the bell tower in Johns Pass. And then Sunday, we're going to go light a candle for my soul. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. Is it an off week?
Yeah.
It's a bye week.
It's already Monday and we're already having an off week. So yeah,
we're already on a bye week.
I'm going to need that candle. So
you're going to need that candle.
But other than that, good people, we really don't want to leave you with too much more because I feel like that's enough.
It's enough.
It's enough. But as always, if you have any topics that you would love to let Stephanie and I know are going on in your heart, we did participate in the Indian Rocks Beach home putt-putt crawl. And shout out to the Pinellas podcast because we saw you at the Guilty Free Brewery. Next time we should try to do something.
Yeah. Yeah, we always say that. We have goals for 2026, but not quite yet.
So shout out to the city of Indian Rocks Beach. You were lovely on Saturday.
What a lovely community that was. I mean, there was I don't know if it was because it was, it had been so chilly earlier in the week, and then there was just a lot of college football that was on, but every restaurant was popping. It was really fun to be a part of.
Yes. And given that this was the first inaugural, I have it on good authority from the president and vice president of the Homes Association that the businesses were clamoring even during the event of, oh my God, we are going to be so ready next year.
Yeah.
We are going to do it all next year.
Yeah.
And I can say, as participants in the Putt Putt Pub Crawl, as Megan's Angels, we will also be bringing it.
It was fun.
Year.
It was really, really fun. Yeah, no, it was really good. I thought that they, for the first annual, I thought it was, there was enough structure, but it was also loose where you didn't feel like you had to be completely fully structured. So I loved it.
I'm a little worried because some of the holes at the different restaurants were much easier than others. And I feel like next year we're going to have to take lessons beforehand because they are going to try to throw us through a Happy Gilmore loophole. So
yeah, we did okay. We didn't do amazing, but we did pretty well.
You know what I found out? The three of us that hit that hole in one on that hole at Monster Lobster, guess who was hosting that hole? The mayor.
Well, that's right. I did know that. I actually did know that. The one before that was I think she just kept telling everyone she was a school teacher or school principal.
Well, the principal
but she just kept telling everyone that.
Chose a better hole monitor because because she was like, don't make me use my principal voice on you.
And like, but we didn't know till the afterthought, or I think it was mentioned a couple restaurants later that was the mayor.
She was yelling at the guys in front of us. So I heard her say it and I was like, haha. So I heard it.
I heard her. Yeah. The mayor was pretty low key.
The mayor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she was totally chill. So, which
I would have loved to have chatted with her. So it's unfortunate. I mean, more than what we did.
Next time we decide to talk to the mayor a little bit more, it should be on the second stop and not the seventh stop.
Yeah, that might be a better decision. Well, how about just anything before we hit VIP?
If we're gonna leave the city limits of Madero Beach where everybody knows us and loves us and be like, oh, that's just those girls, I think we need to figure out how we're gonna move into other territories and be like, hi, and keep up the appearances for a hot minute. Well, what am I kidding? That's why people love us. I'm not going to do any of that. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, I think that's enough rambling. And again, thank you, Indian Rock Speech. We enjoyed our time in your town, and we have plenty to keep us busy here, but we will be back.
Exactly.
All right, guys. As always, feel free to give us a like, follow, and a comment. I want to hear
Yep.
some comments on the socials. We have Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And of course, you can always check out full episodes on our YouTube and Spotify channel. Other than that, would you like to tell the people?
Stay salty and sip often, people.
Cheers. All right, guys.
Cheers.
We'll see you next
Bye.
time. Bye.